This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so what is the topic that we started discussing? What is the previous topic? What did we discuss in the previous session?
Sir, I don't know. I didn't attend the Saturday class. Before that, custom workflows.
Yeah, so I think we didn't have a class on Saturday and Sunday, so no issue. So yeah, so we started discussing about the custom workflows. Okay, so the requirement that we have taken is, let's say we have a contact record. I have a clients. Okay, so this contact is associated to the clients. So I created a field called cost of product. See here, there is a field called cost of product. Let's say if I enter cost of product as 3000, and if I click on save, what should happen? The related claims. Let's say I clicked on save. So the cost of product is 3000 right now. When we need to go to the related, let's click on claims. How many claims do we have? Two claims we have, right? So what is the cost of product that I entered? 3000. This 3000 should get updated on the cost of product of claim. These are the claim records. So claim records also should get updated with 3000. Right now it is 50,000 and 5,000. This should get updated as 3000. Okay, to implement this, we created a system workflow first. So what is the trigger point here? So I need to trigger my code when I change the cost of product value. So there is a field called cost of product on contact. So when I change this cost of product, I have to trigger and I need to get the related claims and I need to update the cost of product of the claim. So the trigger point here is when I change the cost of product of contact, I should trigger my logic. So for that reason, I created a simple system workflow. We cannot directly call a custom workflow. So we created a system workflow. So let me open the system workflow we have. Okay. So copy. Let's go to the settings. Let it open. Okay. Now let's go to the settings, processes. So here we have a process. See, this is the process. Update claim cost of product. Let's open this system workflow. This system workflow is getting triggered on change of cost of product. See, it is getting triggered on contact entity when I change the field called cost of product. Okay, see, when I change the field called cost of product, see here we have cost of product. So when we change the cost of product value, this system workflow is getting triggered. Okay, and then we started creating a custom workflow. So okay, so see here we need to retrieve the claims and we need to update the cost of product of a claim. So we need to perform two operations, retrieve and update. Retrieve operation cannot be done using system workflow, right? So you can't see a retrieve operation here. So you can only see create and update, but there is no retrieve. So for that reason, we went to the custom workflow. So we already created a custom workflow. Let me open the custom workflow. We have written the code in the um, Visual Studio. Okay, so do not recover. Okay, it's not properly loading. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, so just copy this code. Okay, it was not properly loaded. So what I am doing, I'm just removing this class file, delete. You no need to delete it. Okay, see, it was not properly loaded. So I'm just creating one more class file. Okay, so let's create, right click. You no need to do this. Okay, click on add class file. So I'm giving the name like update cost cost of product. Okay, click on add. Okay, so just replace this code with this. Okay, so this is the code that you have written. This is the code that we have written previously. Okay, that we written, but you can see there are some exceptions here. I think the references was not added properly. See, what are the references that we have? Okay, references was not added properly. Let's add the references again. It was not loaded properly. So reference, right click, add reference. We have seen this in the previous session. Okay, now I am not going in detail. So let's click on browse, go to desktop. So I want to open SDK. So references are present in SDK. So let's open SDK, go to bin folder. So here you have CRM references, SDK and SDK.workflow. Click on add, click OK. Now you added CRM references, and then you also need to add system.activities. Go to assemblies, come down, system.activities, this one. Okay, select, click OK. See, there are no exceptions right now. Okay, so previously we have written this code. We got the workflow context, and then we got the service factory. From the service factory, we created a organization service. Now we got the service. Using this service, we can retrieve, create, update. We can do anything. And using this statement, we are trying to get the target entity. Okay, target contact. What is the target record? Target record means on which entity our logic is getting triggered. See, so when I modify the cost of product, our custom workflow is getting triggered, right? On which entity it is getting triggered? On contact entity. This contact entity related schema name, contact entity cost of product, contact entity record information. This is the record ID, contact record ID. All this information is available in the target. So this is target. How to get the target? Using the workflow context, you need to write it like workflow context dot input parameters of target. So if you write it like this will give you the target entity. Which entity is target? Contact entity, because it is getting triggered on contact entity. So now I got the target record information, target record ID, target record cost of product, target record schema name, or any other fields information. Let's say if I modify first name, last name, cost of product, job title, etc., and if I click on save, all this information will be available in target contact. Okay, so now I got the target contact. Inside the target contact, I have the information of contact record. Okay, so now I got the target entity, target contact record. So from this target, I need to get the cost of product. I want to get the cost of product because if I do not have a cost of product, then I can't update this cost of product on claim, right? The same value, 3000 value, I have to update in claim. So that is why first I need to get the value of cost of product. Okay, so let's get the cost of product. How to get the cost of product? Cost of product value is present in this target contact variable. Okay, so now I need to get the cost of product from this variable. Okay, so first I need to check this target contact, this object contains cost of product or not. Sometimes cost of product is empty, right? Let's say if I keep it like empty or zero, I can also keep it like zero, right? Or I can also keep it like empty. So if I open any record, any other record, the cost of product might be empty. See here, there is no cost of product. In this case, target contact will not have cost of product because the value is not there, right? So target contact will not have cost of product value. It will be null. So first I need to check whether the cost of product is having a value or not. Okay, this target contact object contains cost of product value or not. How to check it? I need to write if condition. If target contact, if target contact dot attributes means fields, dot attributes dot contains open close. So what I am saying, what I have written, target contact dot attributes dot contains. Which field I wanted to check? I wanted to check cost of product. What is the schema name of cost of product? I don't know. Let's get the schema name of cost of product. So let's go to solution, open the Walmart solution, go to contact, go to forms, open this contact form. So I want to get the schema name of cost of product on contact entity. So I have cost of product here, double click on it, details. So this is the schema name, copy, paste it here. Now I am checking. So I have written a if statement, and in the if statement I have mentioned the condition. What is the condition? Target contact contains this field or not. Let's say if it is empty. Let's say I open this contact. Okay, this contact cost of product is null. So the statement will give you false. I am just checking if this particular target contact contains this field or not, cost of product value or not. If it is false, which means that it does not have any value. If it is true, which means that it contains some value like 3000, 4000, 5000, like that. So that is why first I am checking if this particular target contact contains this field information or not. Let's say if it contains value, let's say the value is like 4000, like that. Okay, then then I need to get that value, right? That 4000 value. So from this target contact, I need to write it like target contact dot attributes of. So I wanted to get the cost of product of contact from this variable. From this variable, I wanted to get the cost of product. So target contact dot attributes. So this is the cost of product. Just paste it here, cost of product. And what is the data type of this cost of product? What is the data type? So let's click on edit. You can check the data type. What is the data type of cost of product? What is the data type? Currency. So if it is a currency, you need to typecast it to money. So open close, typecast it to money. Okay. So this is money. So open and close the braces here, dot value. So if I write it like this will give you the value. Right now, what is the value? Right now, what is the value? 4000, and 4000 will be given. And you need to store that 4000 value, right? So you need to store it in decimal. So this is decimal value since it is money. Okay, decimal cost of product equals to. Okay, so now what I did. So this target contact contains cost of product. So I am fetching the cost of product from this target contact. I've written like target contact dot attributes of cost of product. This cost of product is of type money. It is currency. So cost of product dot value. If I write it like this will give you the 4000 value. And this 4000 value will be storing in this particular variable. So now I got the cost of product of contact. This is contact cost of product. Okay. Now after that, what I have to do? Now after that, what I have to do? See, I need to fetch the related clients. So I need to get the related clients. Okay, let's open the one which we have the clients. So I need to get the related clients. See here, I have 4 clients. I need to retrieve these 4 clients, right? So I have to retrieve. Okay, I have to retrieve related contact related clients. Yes or no? I need to retrieve these clients related to contact. So I have to write a retrieve multiple. Okay, so see, I have to retrieve multiple records here. It is not a single retrieval, so I have to write retrieve multiple. So I have to write retrieve multiple. Okay, so retrieve multiple can be implemented in 2 ways. What is the first way? Using fetch XML. Using fetch XML, you can retrieve the record. What is the second way? Using query expression. So you need to implement retrieve multiple because you need to fetch the clients. So if you want to write retrieve multiple, you can implement this in 2 ways. First way is using fetch XML. Second way is using query expression. Okay. Now I will show you how to retrieve the records using fetch XML. Okay. So now we are going to write a retrieve multiple because I need to fetch the clients, related clients. Okay, using fetch XML. Okay, so for this retrieve multiple, right? For this retrieve multiple, I am declaring one more method. This is execute method. Similarly, I am declaring another method. See, you can also write the retrieve multiple here within the same method in the execute method. Okay, but it is better to separate the code because in a single method you shouldn't write all the code. Okay, so you have some coding standards, right? So as per that, so you need to distribute the code into different methods, right? So I am writing another method. Okay, so public uh, see, I want to write retrieve multiple, right? So when I fetch the records, will it give a single record or multiple records? When I try to fetch the records, fetch the claims, will it give single record or multiple records?
Multiple records.
Multiple records. It is not a single record, right? Because it is retrieve multiple. So since we are fetching the multiple records, you need to give the data type like entity collection. Entity collection. Entity collection means group of records. Entity means single record. Entity means single record. Entity collection means multiple records. Okay. Now I have to write it like get clients. Okay, so this is my method name. You can give any method name which you want. Okay, so entity collection get claims. Okay, so open close. This is your method, same like execute method. Okay, what is the return type of execute method? It is void. Void means it is not returning anything. Execute method is not returning anything. But get claims method is returning what? Entity collection. Entity collection means a list of records. When somebody calls this particular get claims method, it will return the list of records. It will return the list of records. Okay. So I declared this particular method called get claims. And what is it returning? It should return list of records. See, will this get claim record will it be initiated automatically? See, what is the first method will get trigger when we execute the custom workflow? We discussed in the previous session. What is the first method which will trigger when we run the custom workflow? What is the first method?
Execute me.
Execute method. See, so execute method will run first when you run the custom workflow. So will I declared another method called get claims. Will it trigger? Right now I have written it like this. Will it trigger?
No.
It will not trigger because I have to call this get claims method inside the execute method. So both are separate methods. Execute method will trigger, but we are not calling the get claims method inside the execute. So that is why first I need to call this get claims method inside execute. Then only it will get trigger. So copy the method name get claims. Okay, so I am calling get claims method inside the execute method. See, execute method starts here and ends here. So in between, I am calling get claims method. So I am calling get claims method. So this is get claims method. I am calling get claims method inside the execute method. So when I call get claims method, what is it returning? What is it returning? List of records. Entity collection means list of records. So I need to store the list of records as well, right? Equal to, so I have to write it like entity collection, entity, entity collection claims. Okay, so this is how you have to store the claims information. See, from the execute method, so I have an execute method here. I have an execute method here. From the execute method, I am calling get claims method. When I call get claims method, it is returning list of records. That is why I am storing the list of records in this variable called claims. Claims is a variable name of the variable, and which is the type of entity collection. It can store multiple records. Whatever the records which is throwing up from this method, it is storing in this variable called claims. Now get claims will get initiated. First this method will get initiated. After that we are calling get claims method inside execute. So this method also will get triggered. Now what should we do? See, if I want to retrieve or if I want to update, or if I want to create, what we need, if I want to retrieve, if I want to update, if I want to delete, what object we need? We need service object. Yes or no? Without service, you cannot create, you cannot delete, you cannot update. See, if I write it like service dot, you can see that service dot update, create, delete, execute, retrieve multiple, everything is coming. So if I do not have this service object, I can't do anything. So I have to retrieve the records. See, I have declared a method here to retrieve the records in this method retriever. But if I want to retrieve the record, I need service object. But service object is available in which method? See, service object is available here, and it is in which method? It is in execute method. In execute method, I have service, but in get claims method, I do not have service. So what should I do? I have to pass the service object. I have to pass the service object from execute method to get claims method. I have to use service object inside the get claims. So that is why I have to pass this service object from execute method to get claims method. How to pass? You can simply copy the service object and pass it as a parameter. I am passing service from execute method to get claims method as a parameter. So I am passing the service object here. I also need to receive it here. See, I am passing a parameter as service parameter. Service is of which type? I organization service. So I have to receive it here as well. Okay, I need to receive it. So the service is of which type? I organization service. So I have to write it like I organization service, I organization service. I have to write it like this. Okay, so I am passing service object from execute method to get claims method. When I pass it, I also need service object. So I am passing the service object here as a parameter. So when I pass it here, I also need to receive it here in the get claims method. Okay, now here. Okay, so now I got a service. Using the service object, I can retrieve the record. So now I got the service inside get claims. So if I write it like service dot retrieve multiple, see, I can write it. I can retrieve the records using retrieve multiple using service object. Okay, that is why we got this particular service object. Okay, now, so here you need to write the retrieve multiple inside this. So retrieve multiple. So I have to implement retrieve multiple here, right? So I have to write the retrieve multiple. See, we decided to use fetch.xml method. Using fetch.xml, I wanted to retrieve the records. Okay, so first declare string variable string fetch xml. This is a string variable, double quotes, semicolon. So first I declared a fetch xml string variable. So first I need to generate this particular fetch xml. So we are going to write, we are going to implement retrieve multiple using fetch xml. So first I need to generate this particular fetch xml, because without fetch xml you cannot implement the retrieve multiple. I mean, you can implement using query expression, but if you want to implement through fetch XML, you need to generate the fetch XML. Okay, you need to generate the fetch XML before. How to generate the fetch XML? I'll show you. We have seen this when we are writing a JavaScript. I will show you one more time. Now, my job is to generate the fetch XML. How to generate the fetch XML? I'll show you. Okay, first you need to go to CRM. So this is your CRM. Okay, go to settings. This is settings. Okay, so you have a filter icon here. Click on this filter icon. Okay, so let's click on accounts. uh, so which entity records you wanted to retrieve? Which entity records you wanted to,
Contact.
you want to retrieve contact records?
Premium
Uh,
records.
Sorry.
The premium records, right? That whatever it is, the related entity records.
Which entity is it?
That is, I think, premiums, right?
Claims, right?
Oh, sorry, claims.
See, I have a contact here. I am updating the cost of product of a contact. Then what should I do? I wanted to fetch the related claims. So you have claim records here. I wanted to fetch these claims. So I wanted to fetch claims. So you need to select claims here because I wanted to retrieve claims. So look in the look for, you need to select claims. So when I click on result, it will give all the claims. How many claims are there? 17 claims are there. But do we need all the claims? Do we need all the claims or do we need the claims which are specific to a contact?
That are specific to contact.
So we do not require all these claims. We need the claims which are specific to a contact. See here you can see claim number created on cost of product. Click on advanced find. Let's click on edit columns. I just wanted to add contact as well. Click on add columns, add contact, click OK, click OK, result. So now you can see the contact as well. Okay. See, I only want the claims which are specific to a contact. Let's say if I select Sai Venkat as a contact, then I should only get these two records. If I want to get Ram records, it should give 4. So what should I do? Right now it is showing all the claims. It is giving us all the claims. Then what should we do now? We
You need
need
to
to
add.
add a filter. We should add a filter. Now I do not want all the claims. I want the claims where contact equal to some contact. So I am adding a condition here. Contact equal to, you can select any contact. For now, you can select any contact. So let's say if I select Ram, click add. So let's click on result. It is only giving 4 records. This is what I want. Okay, so I want the claims which are specific to a contact, Ram or Sai or Venkat, any contact. Okay, but you shouldn't keep a Ram record always. You shouldn't keep Ram record always. If you keep Ram record always, it will always get the 4 claims only, which are specific to Ram. See, if I go to Ram record and if I modify the cost of product, then Ram related claims should come. Let's say if I go to Sai Venkat, let's say if I go to Sai Venkat and if I modify the cost of product, then Sai Venkat related claims should come. Sai Venkat related claim should come. So we only have one record. So Sai Venkat related claim should come. So you shouldn't keep RAM record always. Whatever the record that you are opening, whatever the contact that you are opening, that contact related claim should come, right? So let's say if I open Sai Venkat should come here. If I open Ram, Ram should come here. If I open Venkat, Venkat should come here. So this is not a static value. This should be dynamic. Whichever the contact that I am opening, that contact value should come here. I'll show you how to pass the dynamic contact here. Right now, I am taking the static contact. I selected a simple contact. So I selected RAM as a contact here. So just to generate the fetch XML, you can select any contact which you want. You can select Sai Venkat, you can select Venkat, any contact. Okay, for now I selected RAM. So let's click on download fetch XML. When I click on download fetch XML, a fetch XML will be downloaded. Okay, see, fetch XML got generated. Click on the fetch XML. Okay, so this is your fetch XML. See, this is your fetch XML. Okay, see here, what is the condition that we added? See, we discussed about this particular fetch XML before. I'm not going in detail into each and every syntax here. Okay, So this is very, very important. The filter condition. What is the filter condition that we added? Contact equal to ram. Okay, see here in the condition. So this is AirAsia underscore company. What is this AirAsia underscore company? What is the schema name of this? We selected contact. Contact schema name is AirAsia underscore company. If you don't know, or if you still have, you can go to claim. You can click on the fields. So click on the display name. See what is the contact schema name. Okay, so this is different, right?
That is name actually, not schema name.
Contact ID. Why is it? Okay, so this is a different fetch XML. This is not the right fetch XML. Okay. Okay, let me close. Don't see. Don't see. Don't see. Let me close everything. Close. Let me close everything. Okay, fine. So I just downloaded the fetch XML. Let's go to downloads. So this is my fetch XML. Let's open this particular fetch XML. Now you can see the condition, filter condition. What is Walmart underscore contact ID? So this is the contact schema name. So I selected contact equal to RAM. So that is why here in the condition attribute, this is contact schema name, Walmart underscore contact ID. Operator is equal to, and you no need to bother about this UI name, UI type. You can remove it. You can keep it or you can remove it. Okay. So contact equal to, so what is the record ID? What is this record ID? Which contact we selected? See here we selected RAM. So when I click on RAM record will be having a RAM record will be having a ID. So what is the ID of RAM record? See here C636. See here C636. So this is the ID of the RAM record. Okay, so contact equal to ram record ID. So but you shouldn't pass the static value, you should pass the dynamic value. I'll show you how to pass the dynamic value. Okay, so this is your fetch XML. Copy this fetch XML. So you need to format this fetch XML. You just download it from the advanced file. You also need to format it. How to format it, I'll show you. Okay, so let's go to Google. You type it like format fetch XML, format fetch XML. Okay, now you can see this particular site, Ashish Vishwakarma. Let's click on it. Format fetch XML. Okay, so you need to paste the fetch XML here. Okay, so when you paste it, you can get the formatted fetch XML for C sharp. See, this is for C sharp formatted fetch XML. This is for JavaScript. Let's say if you are writing a JavaScript, you need to get the code from here. If you are writing a plugin or custom workflow, you need to get the code from here. So let paste the code. Since I am writing a custom workflow, I need to get the code from here. Okay, copy it. Now let's go back to our code. See, this is our Visual Studio. So I need to paste the code here. Let's remove this double quotes, paste the code. Okay, so this is your fetch XML. Okay, so just move this side. So this is your fetch XML. So this is your fetch XML. See, I told you, right? You shouldn't pass the ID directly. So if I keep the ID directly, RAM, this is RAM record ID, RAM contact ID. If I keep it like this, it will always fetch RAM records. But I do not want to fetch all RAM record always. If I open Venkat record should come. If I open RAM record should come. If I open Sai Venkat related record should come. So I shouldn't keep the static ID here. Okay, I should pass the dynamic value. See, So when I trigger, when this particular custom workflow gets triggered, let's say if I go to contact, so if I go to, I open Sai Venkat contact, and let's say if I modify the cost of product to 9,000, if I click on save, what will happen in the target? See, in we are getting the target record right here. So we are getting the target. What is the target? Target is contact entity. Which entity is the, which record is target? Sai Venkat is the target. So in the target, I told you, right? In the target, you will have the ID of the record, you will have the fields which are getting modified, you will have the schema name of that particular entity. So what I mean to say, in the target, the ID of the record which is getting modified will be stored. In the target, the ID of the record which is getting modified will be stored. So this target contact will have that particular contact ID. So when I modify Sai Venkat record ID. So Sai Venkat will have record ID, right? This is the record ID. This record ID will be stored here in the target contact. Let's say if I open RAM record, let's say if I open RAM record and if I modify the cost of product, let's say to 4,000, when I click on save, RAM also will have the ID. What is the RAM record ID? So this is RAM record ID, and this ID will be stored in target contact. So basically target contact will have the ID of the contact, and this target contact is available in which method? It is available in execute method. Now I want the ID of the record from the target contact. So this target contact contains the ID of the contact. How to get the ID? So if I write it like target contact dot ID, so if I write it like this will give the contact ID, right? So the same contact ID, I have to use it in the fetch XML. I have to pass it here. Okay, I am not dynamic, I am not statically keeping the same record ID, contact ID. Instead what I am doing, I know what contact is getting modified. So from the target contact, I am getting the ID of the contact. So I have to pass the ID of the contact from execute method. See, in the execute method, I have target contact. So what I have to do, from the execute method, I am passing target contact ID. Target, okay, just double click. So I am passing, okay, so I am passing another parameter, that is target contact dot ID. So I am passing two parameters here. First parameter is service, which is available in execute method. Second parameter is ID of the contact. What is the ID of the contact? From where we are getting? From the target contact, I am getting the ID. Okay. So this ID, I am passing it to get claims method. Why am I passing it to get claims method? Because my fetch XML is available in get claims method. That is why I am passing the ID of the contact to get claims. So I am just passing it here. I also need to receive it here. So this is ID, right? ID means GUID. You can see the data type here, GUID. So the data type is GUID, GUID contact ID. You can give any name here which is meaningful. Okay, so this is contact ID. Now I got the contact ID. Okay, in this variable, we are storing the ID of the contact. So I am passing this contact ID into my fetch XML. So I am removing this value, remove this static value, just add plus plus, first add double quotes, and then add plus plus, and then paste the contact ID. Okay, so here you need to add at the rate symbol. Okay, I'll show you one more time. See, now you have a contact ID. This is dynamic value. Whichever the contact that you are opening, that contact related ID is coming here. So that contact, same contact ID, I have to pass it here. I shouldn't keep a static value. So I am removing it. So how to add this variable contact ID here? So first you need to add double quotes, and then add plus plus since it is a variable. So copy the contact ID name, pass it here, and you can see an error message here. So just before the double quotes, add @ symbol. That's it. Now we are passing the dynamic contact ID. We are not keeping a static contact ID. Let's say if I open Ram record, Ram contact ID will come here. Let's say if I open Sai Venkat, Sai Venkat ID will come here. Okay. So that is dynamic. Now, so now I have the fetch XML. This is my fetch XML. So I have to write a retrieve multiple. Now I can pass this fetch XML to retrieve multiple and I can get the list of claims. Okay, now you have to write it like using the service object. This is service object dot retrieve multiple. Okay, service object dot retrieve multiple, open close. This is fetch XML, right? Since you are writing a fetch XML, you have to write it like new fetch expression, new fetch expression, open close. You need to pass fetch XML here. Okay, that's it, you are done. Using service object, I am writing service dot retrieve multiple, and since we are writing a fetch XML, you need to type it like new fetch expression, and you have to pass the same fetch XML variable here. See, when this statement executes, what will it give? It should retrieve the related claims record. It should retrieve the claims record, right? So I need to store those claim records in a variable. So I'm getting multiple records. It is not a single record. Since it is a multiple records, I have to declare the type as entity collection. Entity collection, list of claims. Okay, so if I write it like service dot retrieve multiple, and if I pass the fetch XML, it is retrieving the list of claims which are associated to the specific contact, and we are storing all those claims information. We are storing all those claims information in this particular variable. Okay, all the list of claims will be presented in this variable. The type is entity collection. Entity collection means list of records. Now I got the list of claims. See, when somebody calls this particular method, get a claims method, and if they pass service and if they pass contact ID, what will they get? They should get the list of claims which are associated to this particular contact ID. So when somebody calls this method, they should get the list of claims. Okay. So this method is expecting a return type as entity collection. Now I got the list of claims here. So I just need to return, just return list of claims, return list of claims, semicolon. Done. Okay, when somebody calls this particular get claims method, and if they pass service object and contact ID, they will get the list of claims as a return. Okay, let's say if I open Ram record and if I modify the cost of product, then they will get 4 claims here, return 4 claims. So we are returning 4 claims. These 4 claims will go will go to the execute method. See, from the execute method, we are calling get claims method. When somebody calls the get claims method, and if they pass service and contact ID, in return they will get the claims. So when somebody calls the get claims method, they will get the list of claims which are associated to a specific contact. So all the claims will be stored here. Okay, all the claims will be stored here. Okay, now retrieval is completed. Retrieve multiple is completed. Now I got all the claims. So once I got all the claims, what should we do next? Retrieve is done. After that, after retrieve, what should we do? After retrieve, what should we do? See, two actions we
You
have to
have to get the
perform.
cost of product in the claims.
Right. First, we need to get the list of clients. After that, you need to update the cost of product. So this cost of product value should get updated. Correct. So now we have to implement update statement. Now I got all the claims. After that I need to update the cost of product. So how to now I have to write a update statement. So here we need to write update statement. Retrieval is done. Now update. See, now I will get, now I got all the claims. It is not a single record. It is entity collection, which means that it is a group of records, list of records. So list of records, all the claims you cannot update in a single statement. See, if I want to write an update statement, I can only update a single record at once. I cannot update a list of records at a time. You can update through bulk update, but I'm not talking about a bulk update. Single record. If you can update a single record at once. First record update, second record update, third record update, like that. See, I got list of clients. It is not a single record, it is a collection. So first I need to loop each and every clients which I got. Okay, first record, second record, third record, like that. So I need to write for each loop because I need to loop. It is not a single record. So write for each entity. Entity means record. For each entity. Entity means for each claim. This is claim record only. Claim in. So this is claims record. Claims entity collection. Claims dot entities. So what is the meaning of this? This is for each. For each means loop each and every record. So this claim record, this claim variable contains list of records. Claims dot entities means list of records. From the list of records, get the first record, second record, third record, fourth record, like that. So we are just looping it. Okay. So let's say first record update, second record update, third record update. Okay, like that. See, now I have to write a update statement. If I want to write update statement, I need to create a object first. First we need to create object. Create update object. Create update object. So first we need to create update object. How to create an update object? Simple. Entity. I need to update claim, right? Update claim equal to new entity. Simple. So this is object. So this is entity object. Entity means record object. Okay, record. Entity means record. So this is a simple object. It is not specific to any entity. Entity update claim. So I am giving the name update claim. See, you can give any name. You can also give XYZ, ABC, any name, but it should be meaningful. Entity update claim equal to new entity. It is not specific to any entity. Let's say if I pass schema name of which entity I wanted to update, which entity record I wanted to update. I want to update cost of product of claim. So I need to pass cost of product of, I need to pass claim entity information. See, I want to update claim record. These are claim records only, right? So I have to pass the claim entity schema name here. I created an object. It is an empty object. If I want to specify that this object is specific to claim, then I have to pass claim entity schema name. What is the claim entity schema name? So you can go to solution. So this is claim entity. Click on claim entity. So here you have the name Walmart underscore claim. So this is the schema name of that particular claim entity. So you can copy paste and you can paste it like this in the double quotes. You can copy paste like this, or you can also do one thing. See, we retrieved the records, right? We got all the claims. Now I have the information of all the claims. So in this object, you will have the schema name of that particular entity. So all these are related to claim entity only, right? So in this object, you will have the information of claim entity ID, claim entity schema name, claim entity fields information, everything you will be having. So you have a first claim record. This is first claim record. So if I write it like claim dot logical name. So if I write it like claim.logical name, it will give you the same schema name. Whatever the schema name that we copied before, the same schema name, you can get it from if you write it like claim.logical name. Let's say if you also want to get the ID, I need to write it like claim.id. Okay, see if you want to update any record, you have to pass two things. First thing is schema name of that particular record, sorry, schema name of that particular entity and ID of that particular record. If you want to update any record in CRM, you need to pass two things. First thing is entity schema name, second thing is ID of the record. So now I pass the schema name of that particular entity and I also pass the ID of the record. From where I am getting the ID? See, I am getting the all claims using get claims method. Using get claims method, inside the get claims, I have written retrieve multiple. So when I trigger retrieve multiple, it is giving list of claims. I am looping each and every claim using for each. So this is first claim record. First claim record dot logical name, first claim record dot ID. So this is first claim record. And then which entity record which field I wanted to update on claim entity. In claim entity, I want to update cost of product, right? Cost of product. So I have to write it like this is update claim object, update claim, open close. Which field I wanted to update? Cost of product. I wanted to update cost of product of claim. So what is the schema name of cost of product? So let's find it out. So go to claim entity, fields, click on display name. What is the cost of product? This is cost of product. What is the schema name of cost of product? This is the schema name of cost of product. Copy it and paste it here. Okay, so I created an object called update claim. So update claim of cost of product. So I am trying to update the claim cost of product. With which value? With which value? See, I wanted to update cost of product. So this cost of product should be updated. With which value I wanted to update? With which value? See, whatever the cost of product is available on contact. On contact, we have cost of product. Let's say if I give cost of product as 7,000 and if I click on save, what should happen? The same 7,000 value should get updated on claim entity cost of product. So all these four records cost of product should get updated as 7,000. So whatever the cost of product which is available here on the contact, same contact cost of product should get updated on claim records, right? See here in the code, so this is claim cost of product. This is claim cost of product. This claim cost of product should get updated with contact cost of product. Contact cost of product. Did we get the contact cost of product anywhere? Did we get the contact cost of product anywhere? See here. So from the target, we are getting the cost of product of contact. So this is cost of product of contact. Cost of product of contact. This is contact cost of product. So we already got the cost of product of contact. So copy this variable and pass it here. So what am I doing here? On the left side, I have claim cost of product. On the right side, I am passing the cost of product of contact. Okay, I am passing cost of product of contact onto claim cost of product. Okay, and then I have to write an update statement. So I have to update. So using service. So type like you have a service object here. So you have a service object here. Copy the service object dot update. So I have to write it like update, open close. So this is your object, update claim. Pass it here. I need to pass it here. Now you are done. So this is the update statement. So if you want to update any field, First you need to create an object, and inside that particular object you need to pass the logical name and id of that particular record. After that, whatever the field that you want to update, you have to set that field, and then you need to write service dot update and pass the object that you have created before. Okay, so with this we are done with the custom workflow. Now custom workflow implementation is done. Custom workflow implementation is done. Now now you have written the custom workflow. Now you have written the custom workflow. After this you need to sign in this particular assembly. Okay, so you have written the custom workflow, you need to sign in this particular custom workflow. See how to sign in. So this is your project. Right click on the project. Right click on the project. Click on properties. So you have properties here. Click on properties. So you have sign in option here. Sign in option. Click on sign in the assembly. Okay. So here you need to choose new. Okay. You no need to give the password here. So you can leave it. So give the name like update cost of product. You can give any name here. Okay. You can give any name. There is no problem. So let's click on OK and then save it. So signing is done. It is simple. Okay. So you just need to right click on the project, go to properties, and then you click on sign in the assembly, new assembly. Okay. So you need to sign in like this. So after signing, you can see this particular thing, update cost of product dot snk. So this will generate. So now implementation of custom workflow is done. Implementation of custom workflow is done. Now you have written the custom workflow. You have written code in the custom workflow. See, you are not going to copy paste this code into CRM. We are not going to copy paste this code which we have written in the Visual Studio into CRM. See, as part of JavaScript, we have written the code and we copied the same code into CRM. But in case of custom workflow, we are not going to copy paste this code into CRM. Instead, what are we going to do? We are going to build this code. We are going to build this code. How to build the code? So right click on the project. There is an option called build. Let's click on build. So now I am building the code. Okay, see, build is succeeded. So build is succeeded. When we build the code, what will happen? It will generate a DLL file. When we build the code, it will generate a DLL file. So right click on the project, click on open folder in file explorer. Okay, and go to the bin folder, go to the debug folder. See here, you can see the DLL. So this is the DLL, mscrm.customworkflows.airatia.dll. So with the same project name, it will generate a DLL file. So this is your DLL file. So this DLL file, we are going to register in CRM. This DLL file, we are going to register in CRM. Okay, we are not going to copy paste the code which we have written in the uh, Visual Studio. Instead, we are building the code and uh, we are registering this particular DLL into CRM. Now we are going to register this particular DLL into CRM. How to register this DLL into CRM? I'll show you. Okay. See, you can register the DLL in two ways. Okay. You can register the DLL in two ways. Okay. Register DLL. Register DLL in two ways. First way is using SDK. Using SDK, you can register. Okay. Second one is using XRM toolbox. Using XRM toolbox, you can register. Okay, I will show you. See, SDK is not working for trial version. Okay, SDK is using SDK. We can register the custom workflow, but it is not working. I'll show you, but still I can show you. So you can open the SDK See, previously we downloaded a SDK, right? Okay, so let's click on desktop, enter SDK. See, we downloaded this particular SDK before. I told you how to download the SDK before. If you still don't know, I can show you one more time. You can simply type MSCRM SDK download. Simply type it like this, click here, click here, click on download. Click on download and select this particular file and download. So when you click on download, it will download this particular file. It will be a zip file. You just need to unzip it. Okay, it will be like a zip file. You need to unzip it. Once you unzip it, when you open it, it will show like this. Okay, it will show like this. So here you can see the tools. Okay, let's click on tools. So here you have plugin registration tool. Let's click on plugin registration tool. Let's open the plugin registration tool. This is plugin registration tool. So using this plugin registration tool, you can register the custom workflow in CRM. Using plugin registration tool, you can register your custom workflow into CRM. So you can simply double click on it. Now I am just double clicking on the plugin registration. This is my plugin registration tool. You just need to click on new connection. First, you need to connect to CRM. To which CRM you wanted to register, that CRM you need to connect. Okay, click on new connection. You need to choose Office 365. Let's say if you are using on-premise version, you have to choose this. If you are using online version, Office 365, so you can pass username and password here, but it is not working for me. Okay, so I am getting some exception if I try to connect to CRM from SDK. Okay, but you need to so in case if you are using a licensed CRM version, you will be able to log in and you can connect to CRM from plugin registration tool from SDK. But now I am not showing. I just wanted to open this to show you how it looks like when you open plugin registration tool from SDK. Okay, so this is your SDK and you need to go to the tools, plugin registration tool, and here you have plugin registration application. You just need to double click on it. It will open. Click on new connection. So Office 365, you need to enter your CRM username and password. Click login. When you click login, it will connect to CRM if it is licensed version. Now it is not connecting. Okay, so now I am not showing from the SDK. So now you know, right, from the SDK, if you want to connect to CRM from plugin registration tool, you need to go to SDK tools plugin registration and connect from there. Let's say if you want to what is the second way, second approach, using XRM toolbox. In case if you want to connect to CRM to register your custom workflow into CRM, you can also use XRM toolbox. Okay, how to connect to CRM from XRM toolbox, I'll show you. So you just need to go to Google first, type MSCRM XRM toolbox download. You just type it like this, XRM toolbox download. Okay, so you can open the XRM toolbox from here, or you can open the XRM toolbox from any of the community. So this is XRM toolbox. You just need to click on download latest version. Okay, now I am downloading the XRM toolbox. So it is a zip file. You need to unzip it to use it. Okay, so let's click on here. So this is XRM toolbox. It is a zip file. Extract, right click, extract. Since it is a zip file, extract the XRM toolbox, replace. Now I am extracting the zip file which I downloaded. Okay, so now we extracted the XRM toolbox. This is the extracted version. So open this XRM toolbox. So this is the XRM toolbox application. Double click on it. XRM toolbox application. Double click on it. Now I want to register my custom workflow into CRM through plugin registration tool. And that plugin registration tool available in XRM toolbox. That is why I downloaded the XRM toolbox first. Download the XRM toolbox first. Open the plugin registration in XRM toolbox. Connect to CRM and register. Now it is opening the XRM toolbox. This is XRM toolbox. Okay. So type plugin registration tool. So I want to connect to, now I want to open plugin registration tool. Plugin. See, this is plugin registration tool. See, since I installed this plugin registration tool, it is available right now. So when I type plugin registration, it is showing up here. Let's say if it is not showing up for you, if you are using it for the first time, it will not show up here. In that case, what you have to do, you need to click on configuration, go to tool library. Okay, you need to go to configuration, tool library. So here search for plugin registration, plugin registration. This is plugin registration tool. Select plugin registration tool and click on install. Since I already installed it, install option is not showing up for me. I already installed it. Okay, so I already installed it. So if it is not installed, you can simply click on install. It will show. Okay, it will show on the tools. So first you need to select this plugin registration tool, click on install. After install, it is available under the tools. Okay, right now you are seeing the tools bar. Under tools bar, if you type it like plugin, it will show plugin registration tool. Okay, first you need to install, after that it is available here. So click on plugin registration. No thanks. When I click on plugin registration, what it is saying first, do you want to connect to organization first? Organization means CRM. Do you want to connect to CRM first? Yes, I want to connect. I want to connect to CRM. Click on new. So you need to choose connection wizard. I am trying to connect to CRM. Connection wizard, you can remove this checkbox. What is your CRM URL? You need to pass it here. What is your CRM URL? So this is my CRM URL. Copy the CRM URL and paste it here. Click next. And you need to pass the username and password, your CRM username and password. So my username is this. This is my username. Sorry, Control Z. This is my username dot on microsoft.com. This is my username, CRM username, password. Okay, this is my password. Let's click on next. Now it is trying to connect to our trial CRM instance. Okay, so let's enter the password again. Okay, so approve the request, authenticator app. Just approved. Okay, approval is done. Now it will connect to CRM. Okay, so you can give any name. This is my trial instance. This is my trial instance. 2026. I'm just giving the name like this. You can give any name. Okay. So click on finish. This is my trial instance. Click OK. Now it is connecting to CRM. Now it is connecting to CRM. See, this is plugin registration tool. Plugin registration tool is connecting to our trial CRM instance. So see here, these are already available plugins in custom workflows. It got connected to CRM. It got connected to CRM. These are the existing plugins and custom workflows which we have in CRM. Okay, all these are available in our trial CRM instance. We have not written it. We haven't written, but which was given by Microsoft. Okay, few I created. This one I created. This one I created. Okay, but most of them are given by Microsoft. Now what I have to do, I need to register. See, I written this custom workflow. I written this custom workflow. After that, I build it. Once I build it, what happened? Once I built it, it generated this particular DLL file, mscrm.customworkflow.airasia.dll. This DLL I want to register into CRM. Okay, to register into CRM, I need to connect to CRM from plugin registration tool. That I did. So this is plugin registration tool, and I connected to CRM. So you have a register option here. Click on register. You have register new assembly. Click on register new assembly. So you have three dots here. Click on three dots. Where do we have this assembly? See, we have this particular DLL. We have this particular DLL under this folder. See, copy this path. Copy this path and paste it here. So you need to click on this three dots, and here in the path, remove this path, paste the new path. When I paste the path, you can see the DLL. This is our DLL, mscrm.customworkflow.airasia.dll. This is our custom workflow. Click open. I clicked on open. You can see the DLL here. This is our DLL. So update cost of product. Click on register. Okay, now it is getting registered. Plugin, see, the selected plugin have been registered. So it got registered. It got registered into CRM. You can see that. You can see here mscrm.customworkflow.airasia. So this is our DLL. See, this is our custom workflow. This is our custom workflow. Now I registered my custom workflow in CRM. See here, I didn't copy pasted my C# code into CRM. Instead, I generated a DLL, and that DLL was registered into CRM. So now you can go to CRM. Now my plugin, my custom workflow got registered. Now I can go to system workflow. Now I can go to settings, processes. So this is my system workflow. Update claim cost of product. Open this custom workflow. So this is my custom workflow, right? So here you have a click, you have a add step. Click on add step. When I click on add step, you can see the custom workflow which we registered. See here mscrm.customworkflow.airasia. So this is our custom workflow. When I register the custom workflow, it will show here inside the system workflows. So this is my system workflow. When I click on add step, so this is the custom workflow which we created and we just registered. So you can click on it and you can click on the step. Now I am calling. See, this is my custom. So this is my system workflow. This system workflow is getting triggered on contact entity, and when I change the cost of product, when I change the cost of product, so this system workflow will trigger. Inside the system workflow, what am I doing? I am calling this custom workflow. This is my custom workflow. MS mscrm.customworkflow.airasia. So this is update cost of product. So whatever the class file name that I have given, what is the class name that I have given? So this is update cost of product. With the same name, you can see the custom workflow here. So I am linking custom workflow and system workflow. Okay, so this is my custom workflow and this is my system workflow. I am linking both. System workflow has a trigger point, custom workflow has a logic. Okay, system workflow has a trigger point, custom workflow has a logic. So I linked it. So first system workflow will trigger and system workflow will initiate this custom workflow. Inside this custom workflow, we have written the code that will get executed. Now let's save this file, activate. Now I am activating the code. Let's click on activate. Okay, now we are done. Custom workflow implementation is done. Now we activated it. Now let's check if it is working or not. Let's go to the contact. This is RAM contact. Now the cost of product is 7,000. Now I am updating it to 5,000. Now I updated the cost of product to 5,000. Let's click on save. When I click on save, our system workflow should get triggered. Let's go to related. Okay, we don't have an option to see the background processes. Okay, fine. Let's click on claims. Now the cost of product is still different. So cost of product which I have given is 5,000. So all claims cost of product should get updated to 5,000. So let's wait for some time. It should get update. Okay, just so when you click on related, it should show background processes. It is not showing background processes. So let's go to contact main form. Let's go to open the solution, contact forms. So this is contact main form. Click on leave. So here it is not showing the background processes. Double click here. So you have background processes, drag and drop background processes, save. System workflow is a background process. Okay, so I want to see whether the background process or system workflow is triggered or not. So now I am publishing it. Okay, now publish is done. Okay, see when I click on related, it is not showing up. Let's refresh. Now it should show background processes. Click on related. Still not showing. Let's refresh one more time. Related. You can see the background processes. Click on background process. See, it got triggered. Update cost of product. It is succeeded. So now let's click on summary. Cost of product is 5,000. Let's go to the claims. Let's click on claims. So what is the cost of product right now?
5,000.
5,000. All records, it got updated to 5,000. Let's change the cost of product. Now it is 5,000. Now I am updating it to 10,000. Click save. Now I changed it. Cost of product to 10,000. So let's go to related background process and check if our system workflow is triggered or not. This is previous one. Let's wait. Now you can see it got triggered. Waiting for resources. Wait for some time. Okay, it is in progress. Succeeded. Now you can go to the summary. Now I entered 10,000 as cost of product. Let's go to the claims. See, these are the claims. What is the cost of product? All record cost of product changed to 10,000. Okay, so this is how you can implement a simple custom workflow, and you can attach that custom workflow to a system workflow and trigger. So we have seen how to register the custom workflow as well. Using plugin registration tool, we can register the custom workflow. When you register that custom workflow from plugin registration tool, it will be available in the system workflow. Okay. So with this, I'll just pause it here for today. So we discussed about the custom workflow. Tomorrow, there is a small topic pending on the custom workflow. We will discuss about input and output parameters of custom workflow tomorrow, and then we will jump on to plugins. Okay. So with this, I'm done for today. So if you have any open questions, you can raise. Open for questions.